Each year, the number of people taking out loans continues to grow. Why does this happen? People want to get what they desire here and now, without long waits and savings. When I look at the statistics on what people take out loans for, it makes me sad. Nowadays, it has become almost normal to take out loans for expensive smartphones, laptops, cars, or to pay for vacations with a credit card. In the long run, this leads to people becoming accustomed to getting everything quickly with the help of credit leverage. They take loan after loan, literally becoming burdened with debt. Often, they start taking new loans to service old ones, and when the time comes to pay off their debts, they experience immense stress, especially when it comes to early repayment. If you are familiar with this situation, be sure to watch this video until the end. I will tell you about a simple and effective way to quickly get rid of debt and stop being a perpetual bank debtor. Importantly, without increasing your monthly payment amount. This method is called the Snowball method. The Snowball method will suit you if you have more than one loan. When you have several loans, you usually try to pay off the one with the highest interest rate or the one with the largest balance first. Logically and mathematically, this seems correct, but there is another approach that not many know about. The main idea of the Snowball method is to start paying off debts from the smallest amounts. I did not invent this method, but it is so ingenious and simple that I cannot help but talk about it. Let's go through the steps of the Snowball method and then move on to specific numbers. Step 1. Make a list of debts. Write down all your loans and debts from the smallest to the largest. It is important that we are not interested in the interest rate right now, only the debt amount and the minimum monthly payment. Arrange these debts in ascending order. Step 2. Make minimum payments on all debts except the smallest one. Step 3. Pay off the smallest debt. Start with the smallest debt and pay it off as quickly as possible, trying to get ahead of the payment schedule. Direct all free money to pay off this smallest debt. Step 4. Move on to the next debt. When you pay off the first debt, move on to the next one on the list. The minimum payment on the debt you just closed, you continue to pay, but now towards the repayment of the next loan. Repeat these actions until all loans are paid off. Some argue that interest rates should be considered, but this is not about mathematics. It is about changing behavior. There is an important psychological aspect accompanying this approach. As you reduce the number of your debts, it becomes much easier and more comfortable to live with them. For most people, having 5 debts at once is much more stressful than 1 or 2 large loans for the same amount. Thus, the Snowball method helps not only financially but also psychologically. One of the main reasons why people end up in a debt trap is the habit of taking out loans for all new needs. This can be due to necessity as well as the desire to get something right now. Instead of saving money and buying the desired item, people prefer to take out loans. Loans for cars, loans for repairs, loans for vacations. The list can go on endlessly. In the end, a person ends up with many loans, each requiring monthly payments. These payments over time become more and more burdensome, and the person starts to feel real financial stress. Often people take out loans for a variety of needs: household appliances, electronics, furniture, cars, even vacations. As a result, instead of one large debt, they get many small ones, each of which needs to be paid off separately. This not only creates a financial burden but also a psychological one, as it is necessary to remember each payment, keep track of the payment schedule, and try to avoid delays. It is important to remember that each loan is not only the amount that needs to be repaid, but also the interest accrued for using the borrowed funds. The more loans, the more interest you need to pay. In the end, the total amount of payments significantly exceeds the initially borrowed amount. This is especially relevant for those who take out long-term loans. In such cases, the amount of overpayment can be tens, or even hundreds of % of the original loan amount. The Snowball method allows you to effectively deal with debts, reducing their number and decreasing the total amount of payments. The advantages of this method are obvious. By paying off one loan after another, you gradually reduce the number of your debts. This reduces the financial burden and the number of payments to keep track of. The fewer debts, the less stress. You will no longer feel like you are in a debt trap with no way out. By paying off loans early, you save on interest. The faster you pay off the debt, the less interest you have to pay. Each paid-off loan is a small victory. You will feel more confident and calm, knowing that you are managing your financial obligations. To successfully use the Snowball method, you need to follow a few simple rules. Make a plan. First, identify all your debts and make a plan to pay them off. Arrange the loans in ascending order of the debt amount. Stick to the plan. Do not deviate from the planned path. Pay off the loans in the order you have determined. Look for additional sources of income. To pay off debts faster, look for additional sources of income. This could be a side job, freelance work, or selling unnecessary items. Avoid new loans. Try not to take out new loans until you have paid off the existing ones. This will help you avoid further increasing the debt burden. How to stay motivated and calmly get rid of debts using the Snowball method. There are several special working ways. Create a visual reminder of your financial goal, such as a tracker on the fridge or a sticker on the mirror. Remember why you are doing this: to improve the financial situation of your family, for a decent retirement, and so on. Find people who will support you and help you stay on track. Stop comparing yourself to others and regularly celebrate your small victories. If you have to use your savings for emergency needs, temporarily pause the Snowball method and restore your savings to a couple of $1,000. Then continue paying off your debts. The Snowball method is the foundation of Dave Ramsey's Baby Steps system, which I followed to get rid of my debts in 10 months. Thanks to this method, debts are paid off at a comfortable pace, effectively, and without increasing the total amount of monthly payments. If you want to get a detailed, universal step-by-step guide with an effective strategy for getting out of debt, just write the word freedom in the comments and subscribe to my channel.